Gizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. In Charleston, White, you are the topic of discussion, my G. CW, you are the topic of discussion, my G. So let's get right into it. Now, recently, Charleston White, he went to Rolling Loud. Yeah, CW attended the Rolling Loud Festival, and it went up in Miami. It went up in Miami. Now, we all know how CW does when he gets into character. Yeah, he's gonna kill rappers. He's gonna smoke artists and everybody else in between. We already know he's been doing it for a while now. But when he recently went to Rolling Loud, when he recently attended Rolling Loud in Miami, him and Soulja Boy had a confrontation. Him and Soulja Boy had an issue. I mean, it gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratch at the surface. And you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We definitely scratching the surface. You know, CW's had choice words for Soulja Boy. He's had choice words. You know, just getting that Soulja Boy going at his neck at all times, exposing him. So when CW steps out to go to one of these festivals, I mean, it's only right. It only makes sense that a Soulja Boy or any of these other artists approach CW and ask him what's going on and see what the deal is and see what the issue is. You feel me? But when CW was approached by a Soulja Boy this time, when he was approached, he's pepper sprayed Soulja Boy. He used some of that, you know, that bear repellent pepper spray, some of that orange stuff that he sprays on his lives. He used it on Soulja Boy. Ah, man, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I mean, you know, Charleston White says what he's going to do on camera, and then he's in person, he does it. You got to give him his respect, and you got to give him his props for that. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, but it gets deep. It gets wicked, and it's always deeper than rap when you scratching the surface. And here at Grown Man Business TV, we scratching the surface. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my first angle, my G. My first angle, my G, and that's the actions that took place between Soulja Boy and Charleston White. I'm not gonna make this a long one. Charleston White, CW, has been talking his talk for a long time now. So for a Soulja Boy to see CW, you know, in person, in public, and to think that he just gonna run up on him and approach him in a certain manner is, you know, lets me know that he was definitely probably, you know, full of that runts and full of that lean and whatever else them celebrities like to indulge in, whatever else, you know, they like to get into. But he was full of that lean, and he was definitely full of them runts. To think that he could run up on CW and not get, you know, step two with the proper actions. Now, I'm glad, you know, it was only Mace. And it's hilarious. And I'm glad that it's only Mace, and I wish there were video of Soulja Boy trying to get this Mace off his face. You know, CW said it was orange. I'm not going to stay on this long. But when you approaching a man in public, especially a man that stands in his purpose, especially a man that stands on his words, a man, a fully grown man that stands on grown man business, you feel what I'm saying? Approach with caution. Approach with caution. Always approach. Show your hands. Keep it, you know, let them know it's all in. We just want to talk. Don't just walk up aggressively, you know, abruptly, and think that you're not going to be met with some type of action, protection. I mean, especially coming from a Charleston White, you know, a tax-paying citizen who's going to call the police on you. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But yeah, Soulja Boy is lacking, baby. And luckily for you, it was Mace. Luckily for you, it wasn't one of them 100-round drums homie rolls with. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my second angle. My second angle, my G. And that's the portal. Yes, the portal. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. YouTube is the new portal. You know, you got television, you got radio, you got entertainment as a whole, you got, you know, sports. Yeah, so many different ways to be initiated. So many different portals for them to test you through and then initiate you into the higher ups and the elites and bring you into that realm. You understand what I'm saying? And YouTube is definitely that. So when I look at CW, when I look at Charleston White, you know, it's entertaining. But being as though I am woke, the pineal gland is open and fully, you know, I can see tenfold. I can see 10 steps ahead. And what they're doing is they're lining CW up. They're lining CW up for our entertainment. They're letting him build this sort of fame, or this temporary fame, if you want to call it that. Temporary fame. They're letting him build it up. They're letting him say everything he wants to say. They're letting him do everything he wants to do. And then, boom. Oh, the internet's going to erupt. I mean, you might get 1 million views doing a video on CW if something happens. And not if, but when. Not if, but when. He's walking down the yellow brick road. For what? For some views, for some subscriptions, you know, for some bookings, for some money, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're reaching for. They're going to sit everything you want and everything you need right in front of you so that you can grab it and you can destroy yourself. Yeah, for monetary gain. We are monetized. We all know about monetary gain. And what you got to understand is, and what you're getting a prime example of, is how it looks. When you start from the bottom, you can't figure out a way to penetrate the game. You change courses, you change, you know, directions, and you go down the other path. And you start to, you know, do outrageous things and outlandish things for views. Now you're at 100,000 subscribers. Now you're going up. You're approaching 200,000 subscribers because you're being lined up. You're being lined up. And this is not just for CW. It's for all content creators. Keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel at all times. At all times. But CW, you're on the fast track. You're on the fast track to be sacrificed, my G, for our entertainment. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my third angle. My third angle, my G. And that's stay dangerous. I hear a lot of people tell CW, be careful out there. And he always corrects them. Man, I ain't being careful. You keep your scary ass over there with that being careful stuff. And I agree fully. I don't tell anybody to be careful. That's back in 1995, 98. I tell everybody to stay dangerous. And CW, you need to stay dangerous. You know, it's time everybody's coming back outside and everybody's starting to tour and everybody's starting to get this money. And you got to know that YouTubers, content creators, we on the same realm. We about to start getting booked and we about to start being outside. You see CW outside. That's not ever going to be enough to protect you from the higher ups and the elites, though, CW. Those 100-round drums, you know, that mace is not going to be able to save you from the sacrifice they're preparing for you. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Like CW says it all the time. He has his life insurance paid up. The family going to be good. So I'm going to tell you, CW, go full throttle, man. Put the pedal to the floor. You already in the door. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugar cold, nothing. And we not dressing nothing up. Charleston white, I'm giving it to you straight raw, my G. CW, I'm giving it to you straight raw. Now, first and foremost, Soulja boy, watch how you walk up on a grown man, boy. Keep that boy in your name, Soulja boy. I don't care how old you get. Keep that boy right there, Soulja boy. You feel me? Because when you walking up on a grown man like that, ain't no telling you. You got lucky. You got lucky, my G. Secondly, you know, YouTube is the new portal, my G. I told y'all before. This is the new way to be initiated. This is the new way that the higher-ups and the elites scout their new talent. You know, the ones they're gonna take to the next level, the ones they're gonna get in one of those mansion parties in one of them back rooms, and the other ones that they're gonna sacrifice. This is how they decipher the few that they weave through and figure out which one are you, which one are you. And last but not least, stay dangerous. This is for everybody, but especially CW. You might want to stay dangerous, my G. They lining you up for the perfect sacrifice, and I guarantee when it happens, you'll get 1 million views on one video in 2 days on that content. Oh, they lining you up beautifully, my G. I'm not sure if you see it. I think that you're blinded by the light. You know, you're lost in the sauce. You really believe in the hype that you are the man. That's how they get you. That's when they know they got you. When you believe the hype that you're the man. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in.